Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our last lesson. Today lesson will go through assignment discussion. Thanks for joining. Those just joined, those are listening this recording, please, go through assignment brief and follow all the lessons. Those we completed last four lessons, last four LOs. And today lesson really key focus will be on our assignment discussion, and we'll go through assignment brief. We'll discuss about how we can address the learning outcome in our assignment discussion. So let's we'll start in just 2 minutes. Hope everyone will join us. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Hello,
hear.
welcome. Okay, good. Uh, Thanks for joining. Okay, so today lesson is all about assignment discussion, which will start in just 2 minutes. Hope everyone will join us. And I'm going to share with you the assignment brief and we'll go through accordingly in just 2 minutes. Any question, please, if you have before starting, you can ask. So we can go through accordingly. I'll show you sample assignments and how we can address key learning outcomes within our assignment and go through. Okay, thank you. Welcome everyone. We'll start. Please, if you log in on Moodle, and you can find all the required resources as well. And plus, I will share with you BPP, Kaplan, Osborne, a few resources. And other than that, ACC article quite good to use for assignment as a resource. Okay, we'll start. So during our lessons, we learn about our four LOs, and LO1 learning outcome one was understand the concept of assurance. We discuss about positive, negative, absolute assurance. The details never give the absolute assurance, and we discuss about assurance engagement. Lesson 2, we discuss about internal control and different types of control, and we discuss about the risk and how we can put the effective control in place in various sort of controls we discuss about risk as well, different types of risk like audit risk, inherent risk, control risk. And lesson 3, we discuss about evidence with the completing assurance engagement, how we can gather evidence, and we discuss about sampling and size of the samples and sampling techniques, and a data never give the absolute assurance. A data gave either positive or negative assurance based on the evidence, whatever. Of course, evidence based on whatever the company will provide in the light of the evidence required for audit purposes. And we discuss ISA 500, which is assurance engagement and the international standard for assurance. Okay, so last lesson was professional ethics, why ethics is important, and we discuss about 5 professional code of ethics. Ethics are the moral principle. We discuss professional competency, due care, professional behaviors, confidentiality, integrity, and objectivity. Okay, so please, when you attempt your assignment, make sure we can look around indicative content which we address within our lessons, or we can find further, from the books as well, which I'm going to refer you these, and I'll send you all these required resources which you can use when you're preparing your assignment. So please, understand the nature and the importance of internal control. Understand the great gathered evidence. Evidence is very important, and different stages of evidence and qualification and report, how we can create based on the evidence. Okay, then last, we discuss about code of ethics and code of conduct. That's all we had a discussion during our lesson. Okay, let's please we'll go through our assignment brief. Assignment brief is available here, please. So which we can use. Okay, so assignment brief always consists of little scenario. You can contextualize your discussion. Task one, we've been given a client, which we have Danny Stone, just completed the first year of trading as a private limited company in the sportswear industry, and he has requested you advise on the number of issues relating to the assurance. So the term assurance, you can define what is meant by reasonable assurance, explain the assurance process, contrast responsibility of different stakeholders. Stakeholders mean anyone who has any interest, and the assurance engagement, internal control, effective control system, component of internal control, cutoff, conflict of interest, all, who is segregation of duties, all we can look around within, is it good control or poor control? So, analyze the possible purpose and outcome of obtaining different assurance engagement and internal control, mitigate risk. So this is based on, please, when you look the task is based on our LO1. LO1 means the lesson one, lecture one slides we can use, or we can use the indicative contents of LO1 and LO2, which is mean lesson 2, and that's please 2M. And if you want to be work toward the merit criteria, clearly in assignment, please, you can indicate what your intentions to achieve the distinction criteria. You want a higher grade, or you want just merit, or you just want pass. Okay, so please, when you address all these accordingly, then of course, wherever the gaps we can highlight and we can say, come on, we can add these things, it can meet the criteria, and then of course you can get, the merit distinction. Okay, task two, please, which is based on our LO3, learning outcome 3. Okay, so in this one, we have to be prepared a series of handbooks, for apprentices to completing insurance engagement. Is a basically it's just a matter of answering these questions, preparing the documentation regarding the insurance engagement, different stages of insurance engagement, the method of obtaining evidence, which we'll go through, and that's which we need to be addressed. Okay, that's our task 3, and the task 4, which is about your line managers to deliver the department training and need to be professional ethics. So we need to be, this task is about the professional ethics, which is based on our LO4, which is mean lesson 4, explain the role of professional ethics. We have, separate ethic modules if you want to become, and especially IFA as well, and various others. We have the professional code of ethics, which is set by the International Ethical Standard Board, which we follow as a working in accounts. So please, that's an assurance engagement. So that's, and please, when you do these, it's quite good, what learners can merit and distinction criteria. So please, we can look around each when we'll write assignment, and we can follow this guidance as well. That's also help you to prepare your assignment accordingly. Okay, then please, next we can look around here. We've been given the sample assignment. So this is the sample assignment. Please, this is just for the guidance. So we've been given what is meant by assurance. You will see the reference there. Yes, this is all about our LO1, limited assurance, element of assurance. Yes, practitioner, third party users, the matters, company control and internal control system. Uh, and then how review the control system, all been, and the key component are, yes, so different sort of, which we can look around the internal control of sales, like sale invoices, orders, good delivery notes, and all, the cash received in the bank or not. So we can look around, is it same person is dealing every stage of this, the cycle of inventory, stock. We can look around purchase, payroll. So you can add the example of, please. So you will see there all the steps, which we can include from. Okay, so that's quite good to look around. Then we have the task 2, reason was preparing documentation regarding the assurance engagement. So please, that's we can look around. This is related to and that's which we need completeness, right, and obligation, who is on it. If we're looking in terms of financial statement, asset can be on. That's why we have IFRS 16, which is about leases being changed. So that's which we can look around in the light of the companies following these allocation, evaluation, existing cutoff dates, occurrence, classification is being classified correctly, and disclosures in the financial statement, accuracy and accurately recorded. We have a ISA, which we mentioned, which we can sufficient appropriate evidence, which is required to do audit and draw the conclusion of the audit and prepare the reports. Method of analytical procedure, inquiries, observation, inspection, recalculation, confirmation, and reperformance. That's can be used for, and that's which we have the data test, which we can look around the method to test the samples. We can say audit software, which we can quite crucial. We can say to the company recalculate this or issue one invoice or issue one voucher, so we can see the sequence, the processes, is it standard operating procedures we are following or not. So these are quite good examples which we can follow. Then task 3, which we discuss about ethics. So professional code of ethics, what those are: objectivity, professional behavior, integrity. And so please, that's also help you. Really, we don't copy from the data from this, but this is help you to prepare. So please, only the problem here is not being properly Harvard reference. So when you're using any website, to make sure, please, you put the access date, which date we been on the website, and retrieve date, which is quite crucial, which we can include. And that's the way we can meet our assessment criteria, and that's the way we can go through this. Okay, so please, other than that, we included here uh, all possible resources, books. This is one of the integrated book, which is quite good to use. Audit and Assurance by ACCA, which is F8 exam of. And if you look here, you've been given what is in assurance. You will see the evidence, the system of control, internal audit, risk, the planning. So please, evidence. So that's, you have the chapters, so you can follow these chapters, please, when you go through that. Those help you. Okay, other than that, please, we have other books as well. We included, this is one of other book which we normally use for ATHE qualification. That's also quite good, to use. Or you will see their audit and professional ethics, internal control, evidence, audit risk, audit procedures, evaluation. So please, you can pick the stuff from this if you want to. That's also quite good to use. And plus, you have been audit and assurance class notes here. You can use it. So that's also quite good. Yes, audit planning, assurance, ethics. Yes, review reporting. So please, that's can be used as a source of, and it's good to. And plus, you've been given assurance. So that's assurance framework you've been. Yes, how we can make sure the audit should be in line with and give the true and fair information, financial statement. So please, all the lectures recordings available here, and then please, the assignment. So final assignment discussion and all recording, previous recording also available. So what you do, please, I created a little template for you, so which is available on our Moodle page. So we can divide the discussions accordingly. So please look around the front page, cover page, then please task 1, task 2, task 3, and then please in under the introduction we can write little bit, uh, the role of auditors and significant change due to the various scandals, such as Enron, and we have the new audit standard, auditors role to provide the true and fair information to the user. In this assignment, going to discuss about assurance engagement process, internal control process, and are different sort of the risk will going to be, and professional role of ethics within audit. So that's your key areas you're going to discuss. The task 1, you can discuss about what is assurance. That's, yeah, we mentioned if you want to include assurance engagement, which we pick from Kaplan in the resource bank, which is called uh, uh, it's called the Kaplan knowledge bank, which we pick online, the resources, and we reference. So please, if I'm adding any picture, I can say figure one as indicates, so I can contextualize my discussion accordingly. I can put the source of it, and you can divide, discussion according to assessment criteria. Okay, so as we mentioned, it's based on our LO1, LO2, task one, and task two is based on our, please, we need to be look around task two. Okay, so we need to be look around the task two. Sorry, for task two is discuss the reason and preparing the documentation. Please describe, different stages of audit, and you've been given the sample assignment. So please, because one of your element is to prepare the presentation last, the slide. If you want to, you can include the slide in a PowerPoint, and underneath you can explain the speaker notes, or you can include the link. Go here, say insert, when you go insert and say object, and then please say create, and then of course you pick the file if you're PowerPoint, and then you can include it. Or simply you can prepare one, you can copy the slide, underneath you can explain it, which is become a PowerPoint to meet the criteria like we discussed here. So that's the way you can structure your assignment and address all the learning outcome within, and make sure you please add the reference. So that's all the way which we need to design our and we meet our key learning outcome. So please, that's the way we can structure. Anyone, any question, please, if you want to ask?
Yes, please. I have a couple of questions
Sure, please.
about the assignment. Of course, I saw the guides in the beginning, and as you mentioned here, we need to give the references. Uh, so my question is it necessary to include the references from the books, or like Howard referencing? Because there are many places where we can, I mean, define them by ourselves, which is very common. For example, audit assurance and so on. All the topics which we have in this subject. So, is it necessary to uh, refer it from any other study material, or we can write it by ourselves?
Uh, you're absolutely right. The concept, you already know, but the initial concept came from somewhere, like maybe a while ago you learned from different courses where you know already audit and assurance meant by, but still we can reference it, because the reference is a crucial element within. So if someone asks, where you got this concept, so we know the point of origin was, of course, you adding it your own word, you writing your, yes, but the source of information can be. So it's a good to be we have few references.
And if you look at the material of or the tasks, I think they are four portions of audit and assurance, right? There are four chapter.
Yes, we have four learning outcome. Within those learning outcome, we've been given the indicative contents. Yes, those are the
We
key.
are writing aside. Is it right to go according to these tasks, like first one, second one, and defining all the learning point where it's mentioned here? That these are the expected from the students to, or the level of understanding of the students need to write about.
Yes, that's absolutely fine. We can divide the discussion. You can look around the task. Yes, if you want assessment criteria, you can say 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Go back to your learning outcome. If you, let's say, what is the definition about assurance, and if you want to add based on your experience, any example, which is absolutely fine. Yes, but the assurance definition can be referenced and the source can be, but we can do the argument, or we can go on the Google Scholar, we can look around, many such paper on these which you can include as you betterly but reference, and we can look around the learning outcome.
Because I had a question here, how to start, which point to start. So it's okay if we go just with the same flow as it's mentioned in the assignment guides, starting with the task 2, 3, and 4. And we follow the same items on the list and just defining them and writing some material or providing some references and examples.
Yes, that's absolutely fine. But if you think, because some point may be repetition of the things, which is if you think no, you don't need to go all the point, but overall meet the learning outcome. Let's say is the audit. What is assurance mean? But there are number of example. If you including just one example, maybe in indicative contents given you lot of elements of it. Yes, assurance. So if you even doing few, still you can meet the criteria. Yes?
Okay.
So it's not mean every nitty gritty, really every point you go through. No, you can pick, the few. Of course, that's the major key. Like when you're discussing about risk, what is the risk, types of risk, and if you want to add the example, you can as well.
Because while defining one point, we may already cover the other points which are coming next in the points, right? So
Yeah, you
it's
you
not
can
necessary to define them again, right?
no, not necessarily. You can say you can cross reference as discussed in task one. Huh?
And what is the any specific deadline for the
Normally we really expect within 2 weeks, but there is a no hard and fast rule, because the reason is different people have a different starting point, and will carry on signing off the unit as you submit it. The badge is ready, and we can say every 6 weeks, we're signing off these units, huh? One by one, because external carry on coming and verifying the data, and then of course we do internally mark our moderator, then external sign off. Yeah. So if you can within 2 weeks will be great. If you can't, because only the things will be because it's maybe your certification slightly late. If you submit late, of course, your certification will be late. Yeah? If you submit early, then we'll carry on sign off and you complete your process.
all right?
So
Okay.
now, yes, all the required resources available. But if you still need any, or you think any task or further need to, I can send you a lot of other resources as well, which I can download from many places, if you need.
All right.
Okay, so feel free, if you we are on the WhatsApp group as well, you can drop the message.
Sure. Thank you, Sattar.
Thank you, nice to meet you. Thank you. Bye bye.